Good, baby? Man, you got to be good. Got the whole family on the field.
Hey.
Out there throwing BBs, ain't you?
Hey, you only get that when you're really good at football.
Yeah, you
what
know.
Up, big dog?
What's good?
Hey, my first 2 years, my kids ain't get to come out here. My little brother, he was behind the rack. He was behind the
they
gate.
had my pregnant wife behind the house over there. My wife over there waving.
We came to Indianapolis for you. Like, we ain't made a lot of stops here. No. This was a special trip. I mean, we've been texting about it. First off, hold on one second. Congratulations.
For sure. Appreciate
you know what I'm saying? Congratulations. Yeah. You see the new?
What happened?
It's on. He new.
What happened?
Yeah, he Neo. Yeah, you see us.
Hey, y'all, what happened?
What you mean, what happened? What you mean?
AR, every show or any time, man, we walking through the airport or something, we see a nuke, they always like, oh, here you go. And then Shannon always talk, well, look at y'all gonna take your little hips.
You do your wiggly. AR, you got your wiggly?
It's a shimmy, man.
We was at the commander's camp yesterday. Dude in the military uniform, yo, Nuke, way out the crowd.
Yeah.
RC, yo, Nuke.
Brothers all around, man.
Yeah. I mean, it is truly, though, like, football players always talk about their brotherhood. It's another one that you earn in the same way, man. But welcome to the show, Anthony Richardson, the pivot, a part of Fanatics, Channing Crowder, Fred Taylor, I'm RC. I mean, we got 3 Gators here, man. You know, so I felt a little uncomfortable until I remembered that you was part of, you know, another brotherhood along with me. Man,
it's called the Gator Nation.
It's Gator Nation, I get it. Let's talk about, though, just how we got here, and not necessarily the entire story, you know, but on draft night, to have part of the incision inside your coat about being a legend, but also your little brother Corey said, you know, be a legend too.
Yeah.
That sort of moment, that sort of bond when you break down in tears after you get the call, what were some of those emotions about when you found out you were going to be the 4th draft pick overall to the Colts?
You know, a lot of emotion, you know, one, happiness, you know, I was able to, you know, accomplish one of my dreams, you know, getting drafted, getting to the NFL, but it also meant a lot, you know, just having my little brother there, you know, him seeing all the work I put in, because he's been to multiple workouts where I had to wake up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. He's been training with me 5, 6 o'clock in the morning before, so it's like my hard work finally, you know, paying off, and me being a role model to him, you know, and just letting him know you just got to keep working, and, you know, like I said, I want to be a legend, you know, so I know he want to follow my footsteps and be a legend too, so it's just a bunch of hard work. When I was able to, you know, hear my name, that meant a lot to me.
Hey, were you surprised? Because, you know what I'm saying, the tears were there, we saw the emotion behind it, but were you surprised? Because it was, we don't know where you going to go. We talked to you out there during the draft. We was like, bro, we don't know, nobody knows. Were you surprised when they said your name?
You know, surprised, not really, you know, because I was hearing a bunch of stuff, so I was always looking for my name to be called top 10, but you know, I was really just thankful, you know, just hearing my name, it's like, wow, it really happened, now the real work started, so, you know, them tears, man, them were real tears, man.
I think even prior to what you did at the Combine, you left early. There are a lot of people that doubted your ability because they didn't see a whole lot on film, right? How did you use that as motivation leading up to your workouts and prior to going and put up crazy numbers? And here in Indy at the Combine, like, what did you do to get yourself, like, focused and ready to go?
Man, I just trusted myself, you know, because every year, every day, I always want to be a better version of myself. You know, I want to be better than what I was yesterday. I want to be better than what I was 5 minutes ago. So me betting on myself and just working on my mechanics, that was the main thing, because I already know what I'm capable of, but most people didn't. So it's like, okay, now I get to showcase what I can do for the world to see it. So it was more so just trusting myself and just believing, and, you know, the rest was history.
Right.
You know, you went through some things and some adversity at Florida, though, and, you know, being from East Gainesville and coming to Florida wearing 15, asking to wear 15, which is, you know, a sacred number at that school, but not playing early on, alternating, and having Dan Mullins, really, when I used to sit back and watch some of the press conferences, I was like, this kid just made a huge run, but you told me all the reasons he had to run because he made mistakes. You ended up getting a mental coach. What was it like trying to deal with some of that adversity, knowing you just wanted to put on for your city and you had the talent, but there were so many things working against you?
At first, it was tough. You know, I can't even lie. It was definitely tough. You know, being young at the school for one, and like you said, rocking 15, you know, shout out to Tebow, but putting that number on, you know, if you're gonna wear that number, you definitely got to put on for the city of Gainesville, because, you know, Tebow did it. So when I asked for it, it was more so like, okay, you know, I know what I can do. I know I can put on for the city, but you know, I really just needed, you know, support, you know, people to back me, because like I said, I was young, I was new out there, and I was really like my first time really getting some minutes on the field, and you know, like I just wanted to make a play, and when I did make a play, you know, there were minor things I could have corrected, but it's like, okay, I kind of averted that to, you know, my big play style making, so it was like dang, like what am I not doing, you know? So it was just a matter of, you know, learning more about myself and just understanding myself and just knowing like what I needed.
Little Gator history. Before Tebow, it was my right-hand man, Riedel Anthony.
Oh, yeah.
He donned at 15, and he was a dog. But jumping to your rookie season, it was cut short. Then you played 4 games because of the injury. How frustrating, you know, was it to have to sit out, you know, having 4 very good games, but then you had to sit out after that. From that point, how frustrating were you?
Man, I was extremely frustrated. Those first 2 months after the injury, you know, it was rough because that was as long as I've been without football, and I always played football every year, never missed many games, never missed the whole season. So it was something new for me. It was really just a new learning lesson for me to just sit back and just learn from not being on the field, you know, because like I was having some decent games out there, and it's like, okay, I know I can do this in the league now, and I know what my team gonna be able to do. And when it was cut short, it was like, okay, now I gotta find another aspect to get better in, instead of just trying to be better on the field. So that's when I started working on my leadership skills and just, you know, trying to better myself for the team. And you know, now we're here.
Did that 360 dunk confirm that you're 100% healthy?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure, yeah.
What was the transition? Cause I say at Florida, you just were a defensive end playing quarterback and nobody could tackle you and you throw the ball 90 yards. But now you up here, you're a freak. You're a freak of nature. But now you up here with freaks of nature.
Yeah.
What the transition? What was the biggest thing when you got to the league? Like, oh, okay, this is why guys say that.
Man, for one, when I first got here, the speed was way different. You know, I couldn't just do what I wanted necessarily on the field because you got other guys out there making plays. But it was more so learning how to manage the game. You know, instead of trying to be the freak of nature all the time. You know, you got other freaks of nature on the team. You got other guys to get a ball to. So it's like, okay, if you just do your job for this one play and make it work and get the ball in their hands, they're going to do the rest. So it's like, okay, learning how to slow it down and just understanding the offense so I can let those other guys work because they're getting paid too. So,
You know, greatness leaves footprints. And, you know, we already mentioned Tim Tebow and wearing the 15, what you saw him do in Gainesville. Older quarterback comes to Tampa Bay and wins the Super Bowl with them while you're a young, impressionable freshman in college. And, you know, just in reading, you drew inspiration from what you saw Tom Brady do, and you want to chase that ghost of greatness. What are some of the things you saw in his game or you saw in the way he approached the quarterback position that sort of inspired you from a leadership and play perspective?
For one, his ambition for the game, you know, like the amount of love you got to have for this game for it to really like mean something to you, is you got to be astronomical because, you know, a lot of people love football, but like, do you love it to the point where, like, if it was taken away from you, that you couldn't really live without it? You feel me? And I've been to that point multiple times. My mom done pulled me out of football a couple times just because I had a C on my report card, and it's like, dang, like I want to play football, so I got to be better. And you know, just seeing Tom, he wasn't the most, you know, physical dude. He wasn't the fastest dude. He couldn't throw it the furthest, but he always made it look easy. It's like, dang, how did he do that? And he just dove into learning the game, and then just trying to be better than what he was yesterday. And it's like, okay, I know what I can do. I can run, I can jump, I can throw the ball far. And if I could just take that small little piece from him, you know, the rest is gonna be history. So it's just trying to be better.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Why did you pray your mama into pregnancy when you was a little kid? Like how did you?
I don't think that's how it works.
How did you get on your knees and say, "Mama, God, give my mama a baby," and then about a year later, Corey came?
And how you know about that? That's crazy. But so I got a lot of siblings, but they're all in Miami still, and we were living in Tennessee at the time. And I was just lonely in the crib. Like I was always trying to bounce around, play with a basketball, play with a football, and I had nobody to play with. I used to go outside, play with the kids, but it's like, man, I want to have somebody to play with. Like, when I'm in the crib, I can just go play with them. So I'm like, man, I just need somebody to be around with me. Then I messed around and prayed for a little bro now. That's my right-hand man, so he here with me.
Hey, man, you talk about your mom, and we talk to some people around the building that we've been here, we watching practice. They just talk about your character.
Yeah.
And I got to know if it's true. like they say you're a garbage man, you're an equipment guy. Like you'll walk around and pick up trash, pick up towels. As the starting quarterback, as the number 4 pick of the draft, where does that come from? Like why would, because I play with some great players, some great humans, but hearing that story was crazy to me.
Yeah. Now, I don't know. I just always been like that because I feel like everybody important in this world. Everybody's job means something. So if I could just help somebody else by doing their job, even just going to pick up trash, I mean, they ain't got to come over here and pick it up because I already see it. I'm already there. So it's like, why not just be around to help people? Why not just be around to talk to people? And why not just be there for people? Because you never know who you're going to need later on in life. Because that same garbage man could mess around and be, the mayor one day. And you might need something. Hey, okay, that guy looked out for me that day. Maybe he might look out for you. So just trying to have a good heart.
Yeah, RC mentioned one GOAT, but in many conversations, certainly here, a lot of people will say Peyton Manning is their GOAT. Can you share any advice or conversations that you guys have had?
First time I talked to Peyton was at the Manning Passing Academy. It was a bunch of QBs out there, probably like 40 of us. And I was just sitting in the front, just writing down notes and stuff. And Peyton was like, "You got to be an asshole sometimes." Excuse my language, but
nah, you good.
Like your teammates don't want to do something, man. Forget all of that. Like it ain't about you; it's about the team.
Right.
You got to be better. The team got to be better. And if I got to get on your ass to go run your route the right way, so we can go win the game, then I'm gonna do that. So. Just being a leader, regardless of how that come off. It could come off nice, mean, or sentimental. It don't really matter. Just being the leader.
I keep looking around. Our producer is losing her mind, bro, because it's going to be 1 million people in every shot. We outside. We trying to beat the rain. I just want to let the world know this is a very special Anthony Richardson episode.
Right.
Ant, man, too, when you were out of football, right, and for someone who as athletic as you are, who has loved the game, who used the game to help his family get to another place, there's already that emotional piece of that. But then you got to figure out, how do I pour into the team still?
Right.
How do I have myself prepared to be better the next time I'm on the field? What did you do during that time to take the mental reps, to learn more about the offense, to become a better leader?
Man, as much as I hated it, just to be in the meetings and just sitting there and not being able to go on the field and practice, I just tried to make sure I knew the offense, just as well as Shane does. Because if I knew it like the back of my hand, I could just go out there and pray freely and just make my teammates, make the plays. So, I be studying my playbook every night. I be going over simple stuff like just the formations. The simple things really matter. And if I know my playbook real well, man, my teammates gonna go crazy. So that's really what I'm doing it for, my teammates.
And bro, bring up Shane, speaking of the head coach, Coach Steichen. But just speak on him, because this is the first time I actually met him today. Good dude, but for half a second he broke down to some football talk. I didn't know what he was talking about.
He crazy, yeah.
And then he went right back to BSing with the boys. Like, just talk about having him to teach you offense, having him in your rookie year, just as a young player.
Man, I'm grateful to have him because, he know what I'm capable of doing. I know what he's capable of doing with the play calling. So it's just having that trust with him. I trust that man so much. There's done been times where we done woke up 6 o'clock in the morning just to go get in the sauna, just to, just chop it up and learn about each other. He done invited me to his crib so I can go over there, eat dinner with him and his family.
That's dope.
Just having that relationship with him, and it just helped us on the field. So man, I love that dude. I'm glad I got him.
Yeah.
The AFC South is looking like it's going to be a real competitive division. The Texans, they stacked up.
Yeah.
But you guys have yourself, you got Pittman, you got JT. How do you expect the season to unfold?
Man, last year we had a shot to go to the playoffs.
Yep.
Houston knocked us off. It was a few games where we let go of ourselves. That could have put us in a better situation. But, man, we're looking for the playoffs. We're looking to win the South. We're looking to have a shot at the Super Bowl. So, however we got to get there, that's what it's going to take. And we know Houston loaded up. We know Tennessee loading up. But, we loaded up ourselves. So. Oh, I mean,
You said the right thing. Yeah. Cool.
They loaded up too, but we loaded up ourselves, man. So we just taking it one game at a time.
Don't you feel no pressure, bro? Don't you feel no pressure from him?
I just got to throw it out there because I'm always a homer. So.
Yeah.
It's interesting to learn about you as the human. They don't know. Like when we talked this offseason, and it was like, okay, you got to prepare this letter. I was like, I got to go learn about this kid. And it was funny, today I went through my notes because I was trying to figure out why I knew so much already. And I was like, oh, wait, I remember. You know, you were working in the fireman EMS, like I guess training program. And they talk about the house you guys would train in. What are some of the lessons, man, you learned in doing that has not necessarily grown AR the football player, but AR the man?
For one, you know, I was one of the youngest in my class, you know, when we were doing that, but I was the biggest. So whenever, you know, something happened, our teacher would get on me, you know, and I'm like, man, why you keep yelling at me? Why you keep putting all this pressure on me? And he'll pull me to the side and like, because everybody looking at you, you're the leader. And I'm like, okay, so I got to move a certain way. And then going through those drills, pulling the hose, you know, just putting your stuff on, just the minor things, you know, just being calm under pressure. Because when that fire there, man, you gotta be quick, but you gotta be smooth and calm. And that kind of instilled in me, like, okay, you gotta be calm under pressure, you know, whether in life. You know, I done messed my shoulder up. You know, I gotta be calm under pressure. I gotta make sure my family good, make sure my fiance was good, because she was finna get ready to have our son. You know, just making sure everything was good, be calm under pressure, and then getting back on the field. I'm in the pocket, I gotta move around, be calm under pressure. So that's what I took from fighting.
You said pressure builds legends. And I'm sure that comes from a certain upbringing, that comes from certain things that you've experienced. And you've been under pressure. You were under pressure at Florida, and many will say for the athletic potential, you didn't reach the heights you should have there. What is the feeling, or how are you confident now that all of that potential, all of that talent can be realized here for the Indianapolis Colts?
Man, you know, I kind of agree with that. I feel like I could have definitely showcased a lot more at Florida. You know, I could have showcased, you know, my mindset and how smart I am on the field. But I got the opportunity to do that now, you know, with my teammates in this offense and with Shane. So it's like I'm just ready to get going again, because I know all the work I've been putting in. I know all the work my teammates been putting in, and you know, we're just trying to do it.
Well, guys, it is lightning, it is pouring. AR's done.
In the middle of
Get a photo right quick. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna go and get.
No, get it. Tim, we can do the Gator Chump. We got something coming.
Throw a little Gator Chump up there.
First time we got a chance to do that.
My boy.
Yes, sir.
All love, man.